features our visitors from Lexington Post 7, taking on our P-15s. Let's meet the starters for today's American Legion baseball game. First, our visitors from Lexington Post 7. Playing center field, number 10, Jackson Kuiper. Playing left field, number 18, Reese Boykin. Playing second base, number 2, MJ Hornsby. Playing shortstop, number 14, Cogan Blight. Playing right field, number 4, Dalton Taylor. Playing catcher, number 5, Sam Woodyard. Playing first base, number 20, Cooper James. Playing designated hitter, number 1, Hart Messencat. Playing third base, number 17, Mason Lowe. As pitcher, number 7, Will Barksdale. And for our substitutes, we have number 9, Brooks Pelsa. Number 7, Aiden Bowers. Number 11, Grant Royer. Number 3, Gay Beatingbaugh. Number 12, Jackson Sawyer. Number 8, Caden Blight. Number 13, Kit McLaughlin. Number 6, Jones Bell. And for their coaches, head coach Lee Burton and his assistant coaches, Quan Rodriguez and Whit Rucker. Going into our P-15s, playing first base, number 5, BJ Balls. Playing left field, number 11, Corey Bailey. Designated hitter, number 8, Mac McDaniel. Second base, number 1, Gavin Rivers. Third base, number 4, Justin Pendergrass. Shortstop, number 3, Larry Johnson. Right field, 14, Zy Dennis. Playing catcher, number 15, Matt McKinnon. Center field, number 9, Bodie Bowden. Pitcher, number 17, Wyatt Monahan. And for the substitutes, we have number 2, Marin Davis. Number 6, Cade Moynihan. Number 7, Joseph Chapman. Number 10, Connor Carter. Number 12, Brode Stanfield. Number 13, Burton Pack. Number 16, Hudson Harris. Number 18, Easton Donnellan. Number 20, Owen Barkley. Number 21, Benson Elmore. And number 23, Heath Jordan. For head coach, we have T. DuBose. For assistant coaches, we have Clayton Goff, Landon Delavan, and Robbie Moynihan. Following up with that, we're going to be introducing the 2026 Sumter Ozone All-Stars. Number 2, Thomas Lanny. Number 5, Layden Page. Number 7, Ty Hansen. Number 9, Rhett Carter. Number 12, Banks Taylor. Number 17, Xander Hickman. Number 20, Bryce Cool. Number 24, William McLeod. Number 27, Grayson Jones. Number 28, Grayson Rhodes. Number 36, Winston Jewell. Number 42, Gaden Goodwin. And the coaches, Aaron Hall, Kyle Page, and Jay Christmas. And last but not least, we'll be introducing the Sumter American 8U. Number 5, Fisher Koppelman. Number 21, Eli Adams. Number 6, Tillman Welch. Number 25, Nolan Wilson. Number 13, Carter Pritchard. Number 17, Charlie Richardson. Number 18, Hoyt Parks. Number 2, Liam Tomlin. Number 14, Oliver Scott Schaefer. Number 22, Benjamin Metz. Number 1, Camden Dix. Number 10, Vincent Atkinson. And the coaches, Tyler Koppelman, Cody Parks, Wes Wilson, and Michael Richardson. The umpires for today's games are going to be at home plate, Chris Taylor, and in the field, Doug Elvington. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we kindly request you please raise for our opening ceremonies. Leading our prayer today is Sean Custer.
Please remove your cover. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather today and play the game we love. We ask for your protection over every player, coach, and umpire on the field. Please keep our bodies strong, our minds sharp, and our hearts steady. Help us to compete with integrity, to respect our opponents, and to be a source of encouragement to our teammates. No matter the outcome, let our words and our actions honor you. Give us the grace to celebrate our success with the humility to handle our failures with resilience. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
The Sportsman Code is presented by Cody Thibodeau. Please remain standing for our national anthem as we honor America and those men and women who serve to protect it. As a reminder for veterans in attendance, it is optional to remain covered and render a hand salute during the playing of the national anthem in lieu of removing your cap. The national anthem is sung by the United States Air Force Band. Let's play ball.
I'm ready when you are. That's fine with me. They're starting this thing early for some reason. We'll be all right. I like that song. All right. Welcome into P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Nobinger here, bringing you all the play-by-play action here on Jams 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Here at Riley Park, your P-15s coming in 3-1 overall. Lexington Post 7, 4-2 overall. Game 2 of the series between these two squads, and we're already getting going here as Wyatt Monahan's on the mound with a 3-2 count. The pitch in there for strike 3. Got him looking on that backwards K, and the home plate umpire has a little jig with it. As that's Kuiper going down swinging for out number 1. So 1 out here in the top of the first. And at the plate now, left fielder for Lexington Post 7, Reese Binky. One of the many right-handed hitters in their lineup. Monahan, the lefty, on the mound here for Sumter as he delivers strike 1. Monahan from Sumter High School, just graduated. Solid pitch on the mound. Binky's waiting his pitch here. The 0-1, swung on, a little dribbler. In a tough play, Johnson throws it across the diamond and gets the nice 6-3 out for out number 1. Good play over there by Larry Johnson. So Coach T. DeBose has kind of changed things up here tonight for the infield. He's got Justin Pendergrass over at third. He's got Larry Johnson at short. And he's got B.J. Balls over at first base. And at second base tonight is Rivers and McKinnon behind the dish. Outfield's kind of the same with Bailey, Bowden, and Dennis over in right. 2 outs. Hornsby at the plate. Monahan winds, delivers, down low and away. 1-0 the count. MJ Hornsby trying to start a 2-out rally here for Lexington Post 7. Monahan gives the nod to his catcher McKinnon. Steps off the rubber. The 1-0 pitch in there for a ball. Just missed the outside part of the plate. Good location there for Monahan. Hornsby trying to get something going here. From Gray Collegiate Academy. 2026 grad at the plate here. The 2-0 for Monahan. Swung on, hit up high, and fouled straight behind us. Pre-game tonight, the P-15s welcome local all-star teams, had them honored on the field, and that's part of the reason why we're already jumping into the action here a little bit before 7 o'clock. 2-1 the count here to Hornsby. Monahan winds, delivers, upstairs. Good eye there by Hornsby, laying off that changeup. 3-1 now. Monahan doesn't want to give up a free bag. Monahan going quickly, the 3-1. Inside for a strike. Hornsby did not like that call. Full count now. See if Monahan can get the strikeout and in the side for your P-15s. Monahan gives the nod to his catcher, McKinnon. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, and that'll be a single in the shallow left field. MJ Hornsby starting a 2-out rally here for Lexington Post 7, and he's aboard. At the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the shortstop, Logan Blight. Logan Blight playing his last year of American Legion ball. Played at UNC Pembroke this past year in 2026. Did well up there as a Brave. Monahan looks at the runner. Big lead. Now he throws over, not in time. Yeah, Blight batted 222 average, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Up there at UNC Pembroke. As Monahan throws over again to balls. Not in time to get the runner Hornsby. Blight patiently awaiting his first pitch at bat here. One of the many right-handed hitters in this order. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on, hit up sky high in foul territory right in front of the Sumter dugout, and it's caught by B.J. Balls for the final out of the inning. We've played a half inning. We head to the bottom of the first, still scoreless between Lexington Post 7 and your Sumter P-15s. We'll be right back. You're listening to... P-15 baseball. I'm Taylor Nobbins on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams 92.3 and 93.3 FM. We welcome you back into the action here. Bottom of the first at Bobby Richardson Field at historic Riley Park. Your P-15 still scoreless between Lexington Post 7, and they'll be at the plate here in the bottom of the first, trying to get some runs across. And while Will Barksdale will be warming up on the mound for Lexington Post 7, we'll go over our keys of the game, brought to you by Green Insurance and Tax Service. Spoke with Coach Tita Bowes earlier today. He talked about how getting runs and getting hits is very important against this series with Lexington. He says Lexington is a very high-powered offense, and the key to this game for him is to get runs and pitch well and not give up a lot of walks. So we'll see if the P-15s can do that. On Tuesday night, they won 16-6 in a very high-scoring affair over at Lexington High School. So game 2 of the series between Lexington Post 7 and Balls comes to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Barksdale winds, delivers outside for a ball. Barksdale from Lexington High School, 2027 prospect. B.J. Balls from Lawrence Manning Academy in his final year in American Legion ball. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Balls had a really productive night Tuesday. 2 doubles, 3 singles. Been a very good player on the year. The 1-1 swung on and missed, and foul tip by Balls. B.J. leads the team with 6 stolen bags on the season. Batted .398 up at Florence Darlington Technical College. Did a nice job up there as a stinger. Trying to sting his mark here on the ball game here in the bottom of the first. Barksdale winds, delivers the 1-2 pitch up high and upstairs. Good eye there from Balls. 82-mile-per-hour heater. Ball steps back in the left-handed batter's box. The 2-2 from Barksdale. Way upstairs there. He sailed it. Looked like he was trying to throw a curveball there. Now full count to B.J. Balls. See if the P-15s can get that leadoff runner on here. Barksdale trying to limit that. The 3-2 swung on and hit up sky high. Catcher Woodyard's tracking it and drops it. It hits his glove and dropped it. He was in perfect position to make the catch. So B.J. Balls will take a sigh of relief and we'll do it again. P-15's wearing their blue uniforms, gray pants. Meanwhile, Lexington Post 7 wearing their dark navy blue with white pants in tonight's game. Barksdale winds. The 3-2 pitch to Balls upstairs, and B.J. Balls with the leadoff walk for your P-15s. Just what the doctor ordered. And at the plate now will be Corey Bailey, the left fielder. Bailey from Sumter High School, 2025 grad. Solid player. Leads this team with 6 hit-by pitches. Granted, we've only played 4 games. P-15s are 3-1 overall. And Corey Bailey has been hit 6 times already. Barksdale winds, delivers outside. High heater. Good eye there from Bailey. B.J. Balls over at first for your P-15s. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. Balls with a big lead. Barksdale glances over. Now glances back at the batter. The 1-0. Inside. Oh, almost hit Bailey. And he likes wearing them. No stranger to that. Tuck that left elbow in. Trying to get one. 2-0 the count now. Barksdale looks over at Balls. The pitch to Bailey. Swung on, hit up high into shallow right, and will get foul. Down the right field line. 2-1 now. Corey Bailey's been a solid hitter for their P-15s this season. 2 for 3 on Tuesday night with 2 hits, a single, a double, and 2 hit by pitches in the 16-6 win. The 2-1 pitch to Bailey upstairs. Balls will steal second base with ease. My goodness, B.J. Balls with his 7th stolen base on the season. 3-1 the count here to Bailey. First base is open. Barksdale struggling here, locating his fastball and curveball. See what he throws here to Bailey. Barksdale winds the 3-1 pitch. Down low and away and in there for a ball. And Corey Bailey draws the walk. So runners at first and second. No outs here for your P-15s. And at the plate now, the DH, Mac McDaniel. Mac McDaniel is quite a hitter. And Coach DeBose and I, we talked about that earlier today. Mac McDaniel leads this team with doubles. He's got 1 double, 2 triples on the season, 3 RBIs, leads the team. Just a solid hitter at the plate for your P-15s. Lefty-righty matchup here. Barksdale winds, delivers. McDaniel shows bunt, bunts it foul. 0-1 to count now. Looking over there to the third base coach, Robbie Moonahan, to get the call. Now he looks on his play card sheet. Now tucks it back in his left pocket. Now steps back in the rider's block. McDaniel, see if he lays down a bunt here. Barksdale looks back at Balls at second. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, a high chopper to the shortstop. They flip it to second. They try to roll 2, and they do. 6-4-3 double play. And B.J. Balls does get to second base, but 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first. And at the plate now, second baseman Gavin Rivers. Rivers getting the start out at second base, primarily been at catcher all season for your P-15s. As he takes ball 1 on the outside part of the plate. 1-0 the count here. Lefty-righty matchup here. See if Rivers can't line one up here. Get this run across. Barksdale winds, delivers. Inside for a strike, right at the knees. Good pitch there from Barksdale. 1-1 to count here to Rivers. Barksdale taking his time. The pitch outside. Ball's advancing very far there, taking a huge lead over there at third base. Good job by the catcher Woodard, making sure he didn't catch that. Get back the backstop. 2-1 the count. Barksdale winds, delivers, swung on, and that'll get through for a single, an RBI single for Gavin Rivers. And B.J. Balls comes across for the first run of the ball game. Boy, you talk about timely hitting there for your P-15s. Just great stuff there. You know, you really didn't want that double play, but Rivers did a nice job with that nice RBI single. At the plate now will be the third baseman, Justin Pendergrass. Another righty in this lineup. The pitch, inside for a strike, right at the knees. Barksdale's been getting that call. Pendergrass trying to keep this 2-out rally going. Barksdale steps off the rubber, throws over to first, not in time to get Rivers. Pendergrass, Sumter High School product. Played at Claflin University this past spring. Batted .235 down there in Orangeburg. Barksdale glances at the runner. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, inside, almost hit Pendergrass. Count evens at 1 apiece. Pendergrass had a really good game at Lexington on Tuesday night in the 16-6 win for your P-15s. Barksdale throws over to first, not in time. Pendergrass had 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 2 for 4. A lot of at-bats and a lot of pitching changes and a wild one over there at Lexington High School. P-15s lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 from Barksdale, swung on. Little slow dribbler to the second baseman. He grabs it, flips it across for the 4-3 out to end the inning. But your P-15s, they get 1 run across, and they lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. We'll be right back with more baseball. You're listening to Jams on 92.
once he connects, he can hit it. And I just love watching him. So I throw him out there every game.
Yes, Coach T. DeBoe's talking about Mac McDaniel, such a solid hitter in the P-15 order. 1-1 the count here to Dalton Taylor as he takes strike one. Taylor playing right field tonight for Lexington Post 7. 1-2 the count. Wyatt Monahan on the mound here for your P-15s. Looking for his first out here in the top of the second. The 1-2 pitch outside. 2-2 now. Dalton Taylor from Gilbert High School. Played at USC Sumter this past season, so very familiar with Riley Park here. The 2-2 swung on a hard hit ball, and that'll get through the right side. A single by Taylor to start things off for Lexington Post 7. So run on first, no outs now. And at the plate now will be the catcher, Sam Woodyard. Woodyard did a nice job getting a foul ball, just barely missed it off its glove. He's another Gilbert product, another USC Sumter player on this roster for Lexington Post 7. As he takes strike one up high and away. Monahan looking for out number one here in the top of the second. Sun is right in the eyes of B.J. Balls at first. So he's got the shades on. Monahan glances at the runner. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and miss. Foul tip. Boy, Monahan had him fooled on that curveball. 67 mile per hour. Matthew McKinnon getting the start behind the dish for your P-15s tonight. You've seen him out in the field a lot in the first couple games of the season, but he's a very solid catcher from Lakewood High School. Monahan throws over to first, not in time to get Taylor. One the count here to Woodyard as he steps in the right-handed batter's box. Lefty-righty matchup. Monahan winds, delivers in there for a strike right at the knees. Late call from the ump, but we'll take it. Monahan's already got one strikeout last inning. Looking for another one here. And definitely looking for out number one. Taylor with the big lead at first. Monahan throws over, not in time. P-15's trying to get a win here. They won against Lexington on Tuesday night, 16-6. The 1-2 pitch gets away from the catcher, McKinnon, and Taylor will advance to second, thinking about third. That ball rolled all the way into the P-15 dugout almost. Luckily, Joseph Chapman was sitting there on a chair, kind of made sure that ball didn't keep rolling. And a head coach is coming out here for Lexington Post 7, Lee Burton. Don't think he liked how McKinnon may have had some help getting that ball as he heads back to the dugout. So runner on second, no outs here. In the top of the second. Lexington Post 7 trying to strike back here. 2-2 the count here to Woodard. Monahan looking for that first out. He glances at the runner at second. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled off straight back. Starting to get a little shady on the left side here at Riley Park. Sun kind of in the eyes of B.J. Balls and Zy Dennis out and right. Shade slowly getting to Bodie Bowden over there in center. Monahan staring down the batter. McKinnon getting set up at catcher. The 2-2 pitch. Outside. 3-2 now. Good job by McKinnon. That one was way outside. He reached across with his left hand and grabbed that one to keep Taylor at second base. No activity in either bullpen at the moment. P-15s are definitely going to ride out their pitchers throughout the week with 4 games in 5 days. Monahan glances at the runner. Looks back. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled off. My goodness. Woodyard got a hold of that one. That one was a laser to the Lexington dugout. Full count now. Woodyard, USC Sumter product. Batted .288 this past season as a Fire Ant. 1 home run, 14 RBIs, 16 runs, and 4 stolen bases. So I had some good numbers. See if he can get a hit here and put Lexington Post 7 on the board. See if Monahan and the P-15s can get that first out. Monahan looks at the runner. The 3-2 pitch in there for strike 3. Got him looking at that curveball. He fooled him. A backwards K for Monahan and a big out number 1. That's the second backwards K on the night for Monahan. And at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the first baseman, number 20, Cooper James. James, a powerful hitter. We saw a few hits the other night at Lexington High School. He did a good job despite all the rain. Monahan throws off the mound, not in time to get Taylor at second. James, another Gilbert High School product. A lot of Indians in this order for Lexington Post 7. James patiently awaiting his first pitch. Monahan glances at second. The pitch swung on, a hard hit ball by James. That's in the left field, and that is caught by Corey Bailey. A diving catch. What a play, and they get the double play on Taylor. Taylor was already halfway to third, and the P-15 dugout, they're fired up. My goodness, what a play by Corey Bailey for the double play. My goodness. So we've played 1.5 innings. Your P-15s had a little trouble. They get out of the jam. We'll see if they can keep the bats rolling. They lead 1-0 over Lexington Post 7. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Play action this season. We welcome you back to Bobby Richardson Field here at historic Riley Park in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Your P-15s, they lead 1-0 over Lexington Post 7 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And we just saw a fabulous play out in left field by Corey Bailey. Made a diving catch and got the double play on Taylor, who was already advancing to third. P-15 dugout, they're fired up. And we'll see if they can keep that momentum here with the baseball bats as Larry Johnson, the shortstop, steps in. Right-handed hitter. Lefty-righty matchup here. Pitch In there for a strike from Barksdale. Barksdale, Lexington High School Wildcat on the mound here for Lexington Post 7. The 0-1 to Johnson. Outside. Good eye there from Larry Johnson. 2027 prospect. Sumter High Gamecock at the plate. Trying to get things started here in the bottom of the second. And he kind of half swung at that one for strike 2. Johnson steps out of the batter's box. Tightens those gloves. Now steps back in. Barksdale trying to get that first out. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Little slow dribbler to the second baseman. And he makes a nice 4-3 out for out number 1. Good play over there by Hornsby at second. And at the plate now, the right fielder for your P-15s. Number 14, Zy Dennis. Zy Dennis from Lawrence Manning Academy. And we've seen his speed on the base pass. He kind of pitch run first couple ball games and came in and hit nicely last several games and has found his way into the starting lineup as he takes ball 1 on the inside part of the plate. 80 mile an hour per heater there from Barksdale. Lefty-righty matchup. Barksdale winds, delivers another high heater. 2-0 the count here to Dennis. P-15s lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Trying to add to their lead. The 2-0 from Barksdale, swung on by Dennis, and it gets over the first baseman's head in foul territory. Good effort there by Cooper James at first. And we'll do it again. P-15s have a jam-packed schedule this week. They've been busy with all the ball games they've been playing. We'll be back here at Riley Park on Friday night. The 2-1 to Dennis, and Dennis fouls it off. 3-game series here with Lexington Post 7. P-15's won 16-6 on Tuesday night. Barksdale gathers. The 2-2 to Dennis. Outside again. 3-2 the count. Barksdale's really struggling on the mound here for Lexington Post 7, locating his pitches. See if Dennis can draw a walk or get a hit. The pitch swung on and missed, and Dennis foul tips for strike 3. And that's Barksdale's first strikeout on the afternoon for Lexington Post 7. So 2 away. At the plate now, the catcher for your P-15s, Matthew McKinnon. McKinnon, the Lakewood Gator prospect. Solid hitter at the plate. 2026 grad. Lefty-righty matchup. Barksdale winds, delivers. Down low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Barksdale's been really trying to locate that fastball. It's been very erratic. The 1-0 McKinnon. A little dribbler to the pitcher and a nice quick 3-up, 3-down for Lexington Post 7. So we've played 2 innings. Your P-15s, they lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. We'll be right back. Still gnawing on that Chinese food. Welcome back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Nobbinger on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Welcome you back to the action here at Bobby Richardson Field at historic Riley Park here in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Your P-15s clinging to a one-run lead here over Lexington Post 7 here in the top of the third. Wyatt Monahan on the mound here, getting his warm-up tosses. And at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the DH, number 1, Hart Mason Cup. Mason Cup from Irmo High School. Yellow jacket at the plate. Monahan coming into this inning with 2 strikeouts. See if he can get another one here. Mason Cup steps in. Lefty-righty matchup. Pitch inside. Ooh, almost hit Mason Cup. Fastball right at the knees. 1-0 the count now. Monahan winds. The pitch swung on. A hard hit ball by Mason Cup. Johnson grabs it, throws across the diamond for the nice 6-3 out. Good reach over there by B.J. Balls. The throw was a little high, and he had to kind of climb the ladder and keep that foot on the bag for out number 1. And at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the third baseman, Mason Lau. Lau from Batesburg, Leesville. Panther at the plate, 2027 prospect. Another right-handed hitter. Pitch from Monahan, in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch there. And that's the pitch he's kind of gotten a few guys looking at for strike 3. That curved ball has worked well for Monahan. The 0-1 to Lau. Outside. 1-1 to count. P-15's looking for that second out here in the top of the third. Leading 1-0. Monahan winds, delivers the 1-1. Fouled off there by Lau to the right side. Shade starting to come into Riley Park here. Sun's starting to set to my left. Beautiful evening here in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Monahan winds. The 1-2 pitch. Outside. Through that curve. Just a hair outside. Really good plate discipline there from Lau. Count evens at 2 apiece. Monahan shakes his head at the catcher, McKinnon. Home plate umpire calls him off. Lau will step back in the right-handed batter's box. 2-2 the count. Monahan winds. The pitch. In there for a ball just a hair low. Good pitch there from Wyatt Monahan, the big Sumter High School left-handed pitcher. Full count now to Lau, the third baseman. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on and fouled off. Lau hanging in there. P-15's trying to get that second out. Lau not going down easy here. Monahan winds. The 3-2 pitch way upstairs. Out of reach of the catcher McKinnon. That will go all the way to the backstop. And Lau will draw the 1-out walk. So runner on first, and at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the top of the order, Jackson Kuiper. Kuiper 0 for 1 in today's game with a strikeout back in the first inning. Kuiper from Lexington High School, 2027 prospect. Lefty-righty matchup here. Monahan glances over at the runner at first. The pitch, upstairs. Ball 1. Sun is right in the eyes of B.J. Balls at first. He's having to hold up his left hand to kind of see over there. 1-0 to Kuiper. In there for a strike. Beautiful pitch there for Monahan, right down Broadway. P-15's trying to get that second out. Wow, with a big lead over there at first. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on, a hard hit ball to shortstop Johnson. He flips it, and they do not get the double play as Johnson flipped it to Rivers, but they get the force out at second base. I wish Johnson would have not flipped that and just tagged the bag and went ahead and throw that one. But Larry Johnson, he's playing shortstop tonight. We've kind of seen him mostly at second base, so kind of a different position for him. So 2 outs. Runner on first, and Binky at the plate. Binky 0 for 1 in today's game. Mason Cup winds, delivers, in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Caught Binky staring at that one. Binky from Batesburg, Leesville High School. Panther at the plate. Monahan throws off first, throws it wild to Balls, and Balls was just lucky to catch that one. Man, they had Lau as he takes a stolen base for Lexington post 7. Monahan just came off the rubber a little awkward, and that throw sailed. Balls caught it, but he wasn't going to make the throw to second because Lau was already over there. Coach DeBoe's talking to him from the dugout. Home plate umpire calls time. And will reset things. 0-1 to count here to Binky. P-15s just need to get that final out here in the top of the third, leading 1-0. Monahan looks at the runner, looks back. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, a hard hit ball by Binky. It's in the shallow center field, and it's caught by Bowden for the final out of the inning. P-15s, they still lead 1-0 over Lexington post 7. As we head to the bottom of the third, we'll see if they get the bats rolling. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3. Of the third, and they'll be at the plate trying to get the bats rolling and add to their 1-run advantage. And leading things off will be the center fielder, Bodie Bowden. Bowden made a nice catch a moment ago for that final out of the top of the inning. His first at bat on the night. Lefty-righty matchup. The pitch swung on and foul tipped there by Bowden. Strike 1. Will Barksdale still on the mound here. Big lefty. Bowden going down the third base line there, talking to third base coach Robbie Moonahan. Now step back in the right-handed batter's box. Top of the order due up on deck with B.J. Balls. Bowden steps back in. Barksdale's ready. Taking his time. The 0-1. Swung on a hard hit ball. That'll be down. A single for Bodie Bowden. Boy, he hit like a missile into shallow right center field there. Just over the reach of the second baseman Hornsby. So Bowden will be at first base with no outs here. And at the plate now will be B.J. Balls. Balls drew a walk back in the first and scored the first run of the ball game and our only run. Bowden with a big lead over there at first. Barksdale looks at him and steps off the rubber. Now steps back on. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Balls. The pitch. Balls shows bunt, gets it down. Bowden was already going, and he's safe at second, thinking about third, and he does go. And he is there. Boy, Bodie Bowden with some wheels there for your P-15s. Balls laid a beautiful bunt down. And they already had the steal sign on, so Bowden will be at third base here with one out. Nice job there by B.J. Balls laying down the bunt. Just excellent base running there from Bowden because he had that steal sign. At the plate now will be Corey Bailey. Infield comes in here on the grass. Pitch from Barksdale outside for a ball. Bailey drew a walk back in the first inning. Looking to get a hit here and drive this run across. The 1-0 from Barksdale. Down low and away. Good eye there from Bailey. Corey Bailey arguably has one of the best eyes on the team. Gets hit by a lot of pitches, draws a lot of walks, and when he does hit, he makes it count. Barksdale looks at the runner at third. That's Bowden. 2-0 to Bailey. Swung on a hard hit ball by Bailey. That'll be through the left side. An RBI single for Corey Bailey. And your P-15s, they lead 2-0 over Lexington Post 7 here in the bottom of the third. Just excellent hitting there from the left fielder. And an RBI for him. So we're on first. And at the plate now will be the DH, Mac McDaniel. Mac McDaniel 0 for 1 in today's game. And it looks like head coach Lee Burton's going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Will Barksdale, as all the infielders will come to the mound and talk things over. And we'd like to take a minute to shout out our sponsors for tonight's game. Newman's Automotive, Green Insurance Agency and Tax Service, FTC, CarQuest Auto Parts, Daniel Wealth Management, Piggly Wiggly, USC Sumter, and CRW Insurance. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's game. Lee Burton heading back into that Lexington Post 7 dugout. Quick little chat there to Barksdale. Might have some strategy here. Might be thinking about walking McDaniel because McDaniel's kind of in that 3 hole and a solid hitter for the P-15s. See if Barksdale gives him some pitches to hit. Bowie with the big lead over there at first. Barksdale looks over. Now looks at the batter. The pitch outside there to McDaniel for a strike. Late call from the home plate umpire. Woodyard threw over to first, not in time to get Bailey. Oh, 1 to count here to McDaniel. Bailey inching closer to second. The pitch upstairs for a ball. Barksdale definitely seems to be bothered by Bailey's presence. See if McDaniel can't find a gap here for your P-15s. The 1-1 from Barksdale. The pitch in there for a strike right at the knees on the outside corner. Not a bad take there by McDaniel. It's one of those kind of 50-50 calls on the edge. 1-2 now. Barksdale going quickly and pitches outside. Good block by the catcher Woodyard. 2-2 now. Sun is starting to set to my left. Bobby Richardson Field getting a little bit more shadier. P-15s lead 2-0, looking for more. Barksdale looks over at Bailey. Bailey goes. The pitch. McDaniel grounds it to the shortstop. The throw is barely in time for the nice 6-3 play. But Corey Bailey will be at second base with 2 outs. And at the plate now for your P-15s will be number 19, Gavin Rivers, the second baseman. Rivers had that nice single RBI back in the first. Boy, a single here could be huge for Sumter. Infield back to regular depth here for Lexington post 7. Barksdale trying to get that final out of the inning. The pitch to Rivers, outside for a ball. Way outside into that left-handed batter's box. 1-0 the count here. Rivers patiently awaiting the pitch. Barksdale looks at the runner at second, and that's Bailey. The 1-0 outside, 2-0 now. Good take there by Rivers. This P-15 batting order does a really great job at identifying the strike zone, knowing when to take pitches. The 2-0 from Barksdale in there for a ball. 3-0 now to Gavin Rivers. Barksdale's having trouble locating that fastball. As he takes off his hat now, puts it back on. Now he's ready. 3-0. Upstairs for a ball, and Rivers draws the 2-out walk for your P-15s. So first and second, 2 outs. And at the plate now will be the third baseman, number 4, Justin Pendergrass. Pendergrass 0 for 1 in today's game with the ground out back in the first inning. See if the Claflin product can get a hit here. Pitch from Barksdale upstairs for a ball. Bullpen is dead at the moment for Lexington post 7, but the catcher Woodyard coming out to talk to Barksdale. P-15s have added 1 run here in the bottom of the third, leading 2-0. Looking for more here with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Woodyard comes back from the mound. Pendergrass is ready. He steps back in the right-handed batter's box. See if he can find a gap here. Boy, there's a lot of grass between the second baseman and first baseman. The 1-0. Swung on a hard hit ball by Pendergrass. That's through the left side. They wave around Bailey. The throw is going to be... What did Bailey do? He's just stopped. They waved him around, but he stopped at third. The throw is in time. So they throw him out there. That was a 7-1-2 there for the final out of the inning. Coach Moonahan waved around Bailey, but he stopped halfway between home plate and third, and that cost the P-15s a run and the final out of the inning. But the P-15s, they lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. They lead 2-0, We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 90. here. Wyatt Monahan on the mound still. Big number 17. Big lefty from Sumter High School. And leading things off for Lexington Post 7 will be the second baseman, number 2, MJ Hornsby. Hornsby 1 for 1 in today's game with a single back in the first. The pitch in there for a strike on that outside corner. Boy, Monahan just painted that one. Lefty-righty matchup here. The 0-1 gets away from the catcher McKinnon. Count evens at 1 apiece. McKinnon would have caught that. Would have gotten that strike call from the home plate umpire. Monahan taking his time here on the mound. Now he winds. The 1-1 swung on a hard hit ball by Hornsby to dead away center field and caught by Bodie Bowden as he barely moved for the nice F8 out for out number 1. And at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the shortstop, Logan Blight. We mentioned Logan Blight, UNC Pembroke Brave here at the plate, playing his last season of American Legion Baseball. Lefty-righty matchup here. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on and foul tipped. Boy, a big swing there from Blight. As he's 0 for 1 in today's game. Flied out to the first baseman back in the first. Monahan winds. The 0-1 to Blight, swung on, and he fouls that one straight back. 0-2 quickly here. If Monahan can get a strikeout, he's had 2 in today's game. Looking for his third here. Blight kind of crowding that right-handed batter's box, crowding the plate. The 0-2. Monahan sails it outside. Good catch by McKinnon. 1-2 now. P-15s have sent some players down to their bullpen. They're stretching, getting loose. The 1-2 pitch. Down low and away. Good block by McKinnon. 2-2 now. Talked to Coach DeBose earlier today. Mentioned how many pitchers they're going to have to use this week with 4 games in 5 days. The 2-2 upstairs for a ball. Full count now. Here to Blight. Blight batted .222 average up there at UNC Pembroke. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on and miss. A big cut and swing there as Wyatt Monahan gets him swinging for out number 2. Monahan with his third strikeout on the night for your P-15s. Looking very sharp on the mound. And he's looking for the final out of the inning. But he'll have to go through the right fielder for Lexington Post 7, number 4, Dalton Taylor. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Taylor 1 for 1 in today's game with a single. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on, a hard hit ball out to left field. Bailey striking in, and he'll make the catch for the F7 out to end the inning. Your P-15s, they lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Bobby Richardson Field here at historic Riley Park. P-15s, they lead 2-0 over Lexington Post 7 here in the bottom of the fourth. And your P-15s will be at the plate looking to add to this lead. Leading things off is the shortstop, number 3, Larry Johnson. Johnson 0 for 1 in today's game with the ground out. Barksdale winds, delivers. Ooh, almost hit him. 1-0 the count. Will Barksdale still on the mound here for Lexington. Lefty-righty matchup. The 1-0 swung on a hard hit ball, and it is fouled down the third base line. Solid contact there from Larry Johnson. We've seen him mostly at second base tonight, getting the start at shortstop. He has power behind that bat. See if he can lead things off here. The 1-1 in there for a strike. Kind of on the edge of the zone there. 1-2 now. Barksdale threw some junk in there and got that strike. As he winds, the 1-2 swung on and missed for out number 1. Johnson goes down swinging for your P-15s. And at the plate now will be the right fielder, number 14, Zy Dennis. Zy Dennis 0 for 1 in today's game with a strikeout. Would love to see him get a hit here and get on the base pass. Pitch upstairs for a ball. P-15s have a lot of speed throughout this lineup. They've stolen a lot of bags, and Dennis is one of those quicker players in the lineup. The 1-0 from Barksdale swung on and hit up high in the shallow right in the right field line, and it is caught. What a catch out there in right field by Dalton Taylor. He made that look easy. That ball was 6 feet foul down the right field line, and he came all the way from right field and made a nice catch for Lexington Post 7 for out number 2. And at the plate now for your P-15s will be the catcher, number 15, Matthew McKinnon, the Lakewood Gator product. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 to count here to McKinnon. McKinnon 0 for 1 in today's game with the ground out. Barksdale winds, delivers outside. 1-1 now. Barksdale trying to make quick work here of the P-15s. The 1-1 to McKinnon. In there for a strike. See if the Sumter P-15s can start a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the fourth. Leading 2-0. The 1-2 swung on a little dribbler to the mound. Barksdale grabs it and makes a nice 1-3 throw for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. P-15 still lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the fifth. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93. And still on the mound here for your P-15s. The pitch. Ooh, almost hit him. Woodyard kind of crowds the plate. Umpire does need to be aware of that if that ball does hit him. The 1-0 for Monahan. Inside for a strike. Woodyard talking to the ump there. Tried to poke out that knee a moment ago. Monahan winds the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs. Good eye there from Woodyard. 2-1 to count. P-15s do have a pitcher warming up in the right field bullpen out there. Appears to be a lefty. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on, hit up sky high and foul by Woodyard. Count evens at 2 apiece. Lights are on here at Raleigh Park as the sun is starting to set to my left. Monahan looking for that first out. The 2-2 pitch. Down low and away. Good block there by McKinnon. Man, he's been a wall behind the plate tonight for your P-15s. We've mostly seen Gavin Rivers behind the dish, but McKinnon doing a nice job behind the plate. Full count here to the catcher Woodyard. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on a hard hit ball, and that is foul down the third base line. Boy, Woodyard got a hold of that one. Looked fair for a moment, but it curved foul. And we'll do it again. Lexington Post 7 appears to have their bullpen active as well at the moment. The 3-2 to Woodyard. Swung on, hit up high. Looks like it could be in play. Balls is tracking it near the P-15 dugout, and it falls right inside the dugout, out of play. Sam Woodyard hanging in there for Lexington Post 7. Big catcher from Gilbert High School. USC Sumter product. Fire ant in his last season of American Legion Baseball. McKinnon needing some baseballs. His home plate umpire's a little low, and they're feeding him. Woodyard steps back in. Full count here. Monahan winds, delivers. Swung on a hard hit ball. That is a single into left field by Sam Woodyard. And Lexington Post 7 has something rolling here in the top of the fifth. Second time tonight they've had the leadoff hitter on. And it looks like we'll have a substitution. Someone running out there. That'll be Caden Blight. Will be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Woodyard. At the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the first baseman, number 20, Cooper James. James is 0 for 1 in today's game with a flyout. Back in the second as he steps in that right-handed batter's box. Lefty-righty matchup here. P-15's looking for that first out here in the fifth. Monahan winds, delivers. A bunt foul there by James. Kind of poked out at it and went off his bat toward the P-15 dugout. Sumter has two pitchers out there warming up in their pen. James steps back in. Showing bunt early. Monahan throws over to first, not in time. Pendergrass was crashing hard over there from third. As the P-15's anticipated bunt here. James steps back in. Showing bunt, Pendergrass crashing. The 0-1 for Monahan. James gets the bunt down. Monahan grabs it, tosses it over to first for the nice first out of the inning. But that does advance the runner, Blight, all the way to second base. Nice 1-3 play there by Monahan. Route number 1. And at the plate now will be the DH, Art Mason Cup. The Romo grab. Monahan looking for that second out here. As he looks at the runner. The pitch, upstairs, he sailed it. Mason Cup 0 for 1 in today's game. Got a ground out back in the third inning. Trying to spark some life here in this Lexington Post 7 lineup. Monahan trying to shut him down for your P-15s. The 1-0, down low and away. Good job by the catcher McKinnon catching that one. Right at the feet there of Mason Cup. 2-0. A lot of fans in attendance at tonight's game. Had some local all-star teams honored pregame. Monahan looks back at the runner. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit up high. McKinnon is tracking it and will make the catch in foul territory. Great job there by Matthew McKinnon for the second out of the inning. And at the plate now be the 9-hole hitter for Lexington Post 7, third baseman, number 17, Mason Lau. Lau drew a walk back in the third and stole a base. See if Monahan can get that final out. Taking his time here on the mound. Now he gathers. Looks back at the runner. The pitch, upstairs, high there. To Lau. 72 miles per hour. I think Coach DeBose really wants to get one more inning out of him as pitching coach Landon Belvin coming out to talk here to Monahan. Trying to relax the big fella. P-15s just need one more out here in the top of the fifth. They lead 2-0. Lexington Post 7 trying to strike back here with the runner at second. 2 outs. A lot of games this week for P-15s as they're trying to conserve some of their pitching staff. And now we're ready to go. Lau steps back in the right-handed batter's box. Mason Cup at second. Home plate umpire calls time. Didn't like how long Monahan was taking on the mound to deliver this pitch. Monahan still staring down the batter. Now looks at the runner. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0 now. Monahan's fastball is slowed down a tad and a little uncontrollable at the moment. It's around that 80-81 miles per hour mark, and now he's 76 with the fastball. The 2-0 pitch swung on, a hard hit ball. That's hit right to Johnson at short. He makes the throw, and it goes off the glove of Balls. And one run comes across for Lexington Post 7. As that'll go down as an E6. So Balls couldn't quite hold on to that one. He was already stretching over there at first. And that brings up top of the order for Lexington Post 7. 2-1 our score. P-15 still lead. Center fielder Jackson Kuiper at the plate. Lefty-righty matchup here. Monahan looks at the runner at first. Now throws over. P-15 bullpen is very active at the moment. See about 4 or 5 players down there. Pretty much the entire dugout's on that right field bullpen. Monahan thought about throwing over to first. Now steps back on the rubber. Kuiper patiently awaiting his first pitch here. Monahan glances. The pitch in there for a strike. Goes off the catcher's glove. McKinnon, the throw to second is not in time. But boy, it was close. I feel like if McKinnon could have come up and just kind of, instead of tossing it, coming up firing, they would have had the runner at second. So Lyles at second. 0-1 to count here to Kuiper, who's 0 for 2 in today's game. See if the center fielder for Lexington Post 7 can tie this one up. Monahan winds, delivers the 0-1 pitch upstairs. Good eye there from Kuiper, laying off that high heater. 1-1 the count. Monahan is kind of slowing down here between pitches. Definitely taking his time on the mound for your P-15s. As he throws to second, not in time to get Lau. Now he'll step back on the rubber. P-15's trying to get the final out of the inning. Lexington Post 7 has scored a run here in the top of the fifth. 2-1 our score. P-15's trying to keep it that way. The 1-1 pitch. Just missed the strike zone. Down low and away. Good looking pitch there for Monahan. Just missed. 2-1 the count here to Kuiper. Lau at second with a big lead. Monahan glances over at him. The 2-1 pitch. Outside. Another fastball just out of the strike zone there as Monahan's really struggling. See Coach DeBose looking down the right field line in his pen. Coach and staff discussing things in the dugout. Monahan winds. The 3-1 to Napier. In there for a strike. Beautiful pitch right at the knees. Throws Napier. Full count now. Monahan with 3 strikeouts in tonight's ball game. Looking for his 4th here. Napier trying to extend the inning here for Lexington. The 3-2 pitch swung on and hit up high into shallow center field, and it is gone! What a play by Bodie Bowden as he makes a diving catch out in center field. My goodness, your P-15s are making some incredible plays out in the field tonight as they lead 2-1 over Lexington Post 7 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back with more baseball. And 2-1 over Lexington Post 7. At the plate now will be the 9-hole hitter, center fielder Bodie Bowden. Lefty-righty matchup. Barksdale still on the mound here for Lexington. The pitch. Oh, almost hit Bowden. He kind of moved out of the way. 1-0 the count now as Bowden's 1 for 1 in today's game with a single and scored a run. The pitch outside for a strike. Count evens at 1 apiece. Barksdale going quickly here between pitches. The 1-1 to Bowden swung on and fouled off to the right side. Good crowd on hand tonight. P-15 faithful trying to cheer on their team here to another victory. The 1-2 from Barksdale. Swung on, little dribble, going to be a tough play for the third baseman. He grabs it, throws across the diamond, and barely gets the out. With a 5-3 out there. Boy, Bodie Bowden was speeding down the line. Really good play over there by Lau to get out number 1. And at the plate now will be the first baseman, number 5, B.J. Balls at the plate. Balls is 0 for 1 with the ground out. Pitch outside for a ball there. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Barksdale going quickly here between pitches. The 1-0 to Balls. Swung on and fouled off. Count evens at 1 apiece. Balls fouled that one off. Almost straight back. Went left of my view here at Riley Park. The 1-1 from Barksdale. Down low and away. Good eye there from B.J. Balls. Such a talented hitter at the plate for your P-15s. Leads the team with 7 stolen bags on the season. Barksdale winds. The 2-1 pitch. Inside. Just a hair high there, says the home plate umpire. 3-1 now. P-15 dugout cheering on their teammate Balls here. The 3-1 from Barksdale in there for a strike. Barksdale did a nice job locating that curveball in there. Full count now here to Balls. Barksdale winds, delivers, upstairs, and Balls draws the 1-out walk for your P-15s. So runner on first, 1 out, and the head coach Lee Burton is coming out to talk things with his pitcher Barksdale. And we'll take a moment to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Newman's Automotive, Green Insurance Agency and Tax Service, FTC, CarQuest Auto Parts, Daniel Wealth Management, Piggly Wiggly, USC Sumter, CRW Insurance. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's game. Long conversation on the mound here as Lee Burton slowly trotting back. Home plate umpire almost had to come out there. Lexington's going to stick with Will Barksdale on the mound here. Big lefty from Lexington High School, 2027 guy. At the plate now for your P-15s will be left fielder Corey Bailey. Lefty-righty matchup here. Barksdale looks at the runner at first. That's Balls. Now he throws over. Balls is caught in a rundown, but he is safe. Boy, B.J. Balls. He's faster than a missile down to second base. His 8th stolen base on the season, 2nd of tonight's game. Barksdale threw to first. First baseman threw to second. They had him, but just the speed of balls sliding in head first to second base. Barksdale looks over at the runner. The pitch outside for a ball, and B.J. Balls with another stolen bag as he steals to second base. And the P-15 dugout and faithful here at Riley Park are going nuts. Back-to-back stolen bases by Balls. Bailey with the 1-0 count. Barksdale winds, delivers, swung on, and fouled off by Bailey. Infield will come in for Lexington post 7 as they're trying to protect this run. Ball's 90 feet from home plate. Barksdale winds the 1-1 pitch outside. 2-1 now. Bailey 1 for 1 in today's game with a single and an RBI. Back in the third. Also drew a walk back in the first. The 2-1 pitch swung on and hit up high to the left fielder, and he makes the catch. B.J. Balls will tag, and he will score for your P-15s. An RBI sac fly there from Corey Bailey. And the P-15s extend the lead. They lead 3-1 now over Lexington post 7. What a good piece of hitting there from Corey Bailey. RBI sac fly there. So 2 outs. Bases cleared. And at the plate now for your P-15s will be number 8, the DH, Mac McDaniel. McDaniel 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. The pitch outside there from Barksdale. 80-mile-per-hour heater. The 1-0 to McDaniel. Swung on and missed. Count evens at 1 apiece. McDaniel has made contact with the baseball tonight. Just unable to get on base. The 1-1 outside. 2-1 now. Will Barksdale definitely does not waste any time between pitches on the mound. The 2-1 to McDaniel. Swung on and hit up high to the right fielder, and he goes back and makes the final out of the inning. Your P-15s, they add a run, and they lead 3-1 as we head to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. On the mound here, P-15s are playing their first of 3 games in a row, 4th this week. And at the plate now for Lexington post 7 will be the left fielder, Reese Binky. The pitch swung on by Binky, slow roller to the second baseman Rivers. He throws and gets the nice 4-3 out. Good play over there by Gavin Rivers for out number 1. At the plate now, for Lexington Post 7, will be the second baseman, number 2, M.J. Hornsby. Hornsby 1 for 2 in today's game. Had a single back in the first. Flew out in the fourth. Trying to get something going here. Lefty-righty matchup. Monahan winds, delivers. In there for a strike. Good looking pitch there for Monahan. Not slowing down here on the mound for your P-15s. Monahan taking his time here. And the home plate umpire calls time. That's not the first time he's done it tonight. Monahan definitely goes a lot slower than Barksdale on the mound. Now he winds the 0-1. Swung on, a hard hit ball to dead away center field. Bowden's tracking it and makes the nice catch for the second out of the inning. It's a 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the shortstop, number 14, Logan Blight. Blight 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. A strikeout and a pop-out. Trying to start a 2-out rally here. As your P-15 infield will play back here. Pendergrass pushing towards the grass at third. Ball's playing back at first as well. Monahan winds, delivers, and in there for a strike. Blight thought about swinging it, kind of half swung at that one for strike 1. P-15 bullpen is active at the moment. The 0-1 upstairs there to Blight. Talked to Coach DeBose earlier today. Talked about how he wants to get every ounce of pitching from this pitching staff this week. The 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, a beautiful curve. And that's been Monahan's pitch that's really gotten a lot of these players out. It's really froze a lot of these Lexington batters. See if Monahan can get that final out. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled off there by Blight. Wyatt Monahan, big lefty from Sumter High School. Sumter graduated this spring. The 1-2 pitch here to Blight. And it's way upstairs, and McKinnon doesn't even attempt to catch it. It's a wild pitch there for Monahan. And Logan Blight is battled back here. 2-2 the count now. P-15's trying to get that final out. The 2-2 pitch. Down, low and away. Good job there by Blight. Laying off that low ball there. It's a full count. P-15's lead 3-1. Monahan gives the nod to McKinnon. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled off by Blight. Down to the P-15 hitting complex down there. They're also building a clubhouse as well. And we'll do it again. Blight steps back in. Monahan winds the pitch inside, and Blight draws the 2-out walk for our Lexington Post 7. So he'll be at first base. And at the plate now will be the right fielder, number 4, Dalton Taylor. Taylor made that incredible catch a few innings ago out in right field, kind of came over from foul territory. We've seen a lot of good catches tonight by both teams. Lefty-lefty matchup. Monahan winds, delivers, swung on. Dribbler hit to the first baseman. Balls, and he makes the nice 3 UA for the final out of the inning. We played 5.5 innings. Your P-15s, they lead 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. action here in the bottom of the 6th. P-15's lead 3-1 over Lexington Post 7. And Lexington Post 7 has made a FTC call to the bullpen. New pitcher on the mound is a tall, lanky, left-handed pitcher, number 15, Aiden Bowers from Gilbert High School. 6-footer, 200-pound prospect. Getting his warm-up tosses on the mound right now. Well, we've seen all but lefty pitchers, in this game. Barksdale got the start for Lexington Post 7. And for your P-15s, Wyatt Monahan has pitched 6 innings and done a nice job, only giving up 1 run. P-15s will try to add some insurance runs, up by 2 runs. And leading things off for them will be the second baseman, number 19, Gavin Rivers. Rivers has had a really nice night. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 1 RBI back in the first. He's played really well at second base. Been real impressed with Rivers out in the field. You know, you primarily see him at catcher as he steps in the right-handed batter's box. Lefty-righty matchup. Bowers winds, delivers in there for a strike. They call it a ball. 81 miles per hour from Bowers. See if Rivers can lead things off here for your P-15s. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Count evens at 1 apiece. P-15 bullpen is dead at the moment. Seeing a little action out there in Lexington Post 7's bullpen. The 1-1 pitch. Outside. Good eye there from Rivers. Been a really good bat in the P-15 lineup all season long. Gets the pitchers into really deep counts. The 2-1 from Bowers. Outside. 3-1 now. Excuse me, they call that a strike. 2-2 now on the outside part of the plate. See if Rivers can get something going here. The 2-2 from Bowers. Swung on, and Rivers fouls it off to the right side. And we'll do it again. Boy, Bowers. Tall pitcher on the mound here for Lexington. Trying to make quick work of the P-15 order. Sumter leading by 2 runs. The 2-2 swung on, and that is slapped to the right side. First baseman grabs it, James, and he throws it too high for his pitcher. And that'll go down as an E3 error there on the first baseman, James. So James did a nice job fielding it, but that was just such a hard-hit ball there by Rivers. James flipped it up to his pitcher, Bowers, but just went off his glove. Hopefully Rivers is okay. He's kind of shaking things off. I don't know if he hit the bag awkward, but it appears to be in some pain. As we'll pause here for a moment. Boy, that is not good for your P-15s. Looks like he's holding his hand or something. See if Coach DeBose doesn't get a pinch runner out there. Rivers appears to be all right. And we're ready to go. And at the plate now, for your P-15s, will be the third baseman, number 4, Justin Pendergrass. Pendergrass 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Trying to get something going here. With the runner on first, no outs in the bottom of the 6th. He shows bunt, bunts it foul toward the P-15 dugout. Good job by the Lexington third baseman, Lau, crashing in. We'll see if Coach Moonaghan gives Pendergrass the bunt call again. Rivers takes the lead off first base. Bowers looks over. The pitch. Upstairs for a ball. Good eye there by Pendergrass, who was showing bunt. 1-1 the count. Bowers has some velocity behind those pitches. 80 miles per hour heater. Bowers looks at the runner at first. That's Rivers. Pendergrass shows bunt. The pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-1 now. Boy, Mason Lau over there at third base. He just comes charging in every time Pendergrass shows bunt. He's getting his workout out there. The pitch. Outside again. 3-1 the count here to Pendergrass. 2-2 the count. Rivers with the big lead over there at first. And he goes. The pitch in there for a strike. And Rivers advances to second base as Pendergrass goes down looking. But Rivers will advance to second base. We're on second, 1 out. And the P-15s have made a call to their bench. They're bringing in a pinch hitter, number 13, Britton Pack, at the plate. Lefty-righty matchup. The pitch. Pack swings and misses at that one. 0-1 the count. See if Pack can provide a spark here and add to this 3-1 advantage for your P-15s. Bowers winds, delivers in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch there from Aiden Bowers. 84 mile per hour heater. Boy, he's heating up on the mound here for Lexington Post 7. Rivers with a big lead over there at second for your P-15s. The 0-2 to Pack. Swung on and missed, and Britton Pack, the Lakewood Gator, goes down swinging. So 2 outs. Runner at second. And at the plate now will be another pinch hitter, Connor Carter. Carter, number 10, at the plate now. The Lawrence Manning Academy prospect, 2027 player. Bowers winds, delivers, way outside. Great job by the catcher, Woodyard, catching that baseball. I don't know how he came out of the stance and caught that. Incredible play behind the dish there for Lexington. 1-0 the count here to Carter. Bowers trying to get that final out. The 1-0. Carter swung on. Right to the shortstop. The shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond for the nice 6-3 out to end the inning. P-15s, they lead 3-1 as we head to the top of the 7th. And they're looking for 3 more outs. Don't go away. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Jam. Richardson Field here at historic Riley Park in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Coach T. DeBose, new head coach for your P-15s this season. And he's going to roll the dice here, going with Wyatt Monahan still on the mound. The big Sumter High grad this spring. Monahan trying to pitch a complete game here, but he'll have to get through this strong Lexington Post 7 lineup. P-15 still lead 3-1. And at the plate now will be the catcher, number 5, Sam Woodyard. Lefty-righty matchup. Woodard 1 for 2 in today's game with a single and a strikeout. The pitch in there for a ball. Strike. Right at the knees. Monahan trying to get the first out here in the top of the 7th. Monahan winds. The pitch swung on, and that'll be a single into shallow center field for Woodyard. That's his second single on the night, and the leadoff runner on here for Lexington. Looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner here for Woodyard. That's going to be number 8, Caden Blight, coming out to run. And the pitching coach for your P-15s, Landon Delvin's out there very fast, talking to Monahan, trying to calm him down. Lee Burton out of the dugout for Lexington, gathering his batters here, going over some strategy. And Coach Landon Delvin's going to make a FTC call to the bullpen. We'll take a short 30-second break. We'll see who the new pitcher is for your Sumter P-15s. You're listening to the Jams. Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger here at Bobby Richardson Field here at Riley Park. Your P-15s, they lead 3-1 here in the top of the 7th. Lexington Post 7 had a nice single a moment ago, leadoff single at that, with the catcher Woodyard. And the P-15s have made a call to the bullpen. And they're going to bring in number 12, Brody Stanfield. We talked to Joseph Chapman last week, and he talked about how many left-handed pitchers P-15s have this year. So they're very lefty-heavy this summer. We've seen Stanfield before as he's warming up on the mound here for your P-15s, trying to shut him down. Stanfield, another Sumter High Gamecock, 2028 prospect, rising junior, getting his warm-up pitches. P-15s come into this contest tonight, 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in league play. Lexington Post 7, 4-2 overall, 0-1 in league play. P-15s won 16-6 over Lexington on Monday night. Trying to get another win and get to 2-0 in league play here at Riley Park on a beautiful Wednesday night here in Sumter, South Carolina. Stanfield is ready. And at the plate now for Lexington Post 7 will be the first baseman, number 20, Cooper James. James is 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. He's showing bunt early. Carter is over there at third base, and he pulls it back for a ball, and the throw down is not in time. Rivers threw it there, and no one was covering the bag. So a stolen bag there by Blight. So runner at second, no outs. Tying run at the plate here for Lexington Post 7. P-15s have also put Connor Carter over there at third. He subbed out Pendergrass. Probably getting him warm up in the bullpen. Stanfield staring down the batter. 0-1 the count here to James. Stanfield looks back at the runner. The pitch outside, gets away from the catcher McKinnon. And Blight will advance to third base. So runner on third, no outs here. Stanfield looks a little flustered at the moment on the mound here for your P-15s. As Sumter's in desperate need of that first out here in the top of the seventh. Leading 3-1. Stanfield gathers. The 1-1 to James. Outside, good job by James. Laying off that pitch on the outside part of the plate. 2-1 the count. Stanfield going slowly here between pitches. The 2-1 to James. Upstairs for a ball. 3-1 the count now to Cooper James. P-15s don't want to walk him here and bring that winning run to the plate for Lexington. See if Stanfield can get back in this count. 3-1 pitch. Swung on. A hard hit ball up the middle. That'll be an RBI single for Cooper James. And 3-2 our score as Lexington Post 7 has striked back here in the top of the seventh. And this one is not over, folks. So runner on first, no outs. And at the plate now for Lexington will be the DH, number 1, Hart Mason Cup. He's 0 for 2 in tonight's game as head coach Lee Burton over there talking some strategy with him. Gives him a tap on the shoulder. Now sends him there to the plate. Boy, Burton giving a lot of signs over there to the runner at first, James. Lexington might have a hit and run on or a bunt steal. You never know. Stanfield looks at the runner as he winds. Showed bunt. Throw to first is not in time by McKinnon. And that's exactly what Lexington had there. Had that bunt sign on. 1-0 the count now to Mason Cup. Boy, we've got an entertaining game here at Raleigh Park. 3-2 our score. Stanfield looks at the runner. He shows bunt. He gets the bunt down. Stanfield grabs it, throws it to first, and gets the nice 1-3 out for out number 1. But James will advance to second base. So he'll be at second with 1 out for Lexington Post 7. And at the plate now will be the third baseman, number 17, Mason Lau. Lau steps in the right-handed batter's box. Stanfield trying to get that second out here for your P-15s in the top of the seventh. Stanfield looks at the runner, James, at second. Now he winds, delivers an outside pitch there. Good job by the catcher, McKinnon. Coming over all the way into that left-handed batter's box to make the catch. Dug out on the railing here. Trying to cheer on Stanfield for your P-15s. As no one's warming up in the bullpen at the moment. Lau steps back in. Stanfield dangling that arm there. Now he winds. The 1-0 to Lau. Is in there, swung on. And fouled off. 78-mile-per-hour heater. P-15s could really use a strikeout here. Stanfield coming in relief for Wyatt Monahan, who's pitched 6 innings tonight for your P-15s. McKinnon looking towards the dugout. Looks like pitch comm's not working. 1-1 the count here to Lau. Stanfield looks at the runner. Looks back. Now he winds. The pitch swung on, and that is just off the glove of Rivers at second base. And do they get him at first? They do. The 4-3 play, a huge job there by Gavin Rivers. That ball was hit directly to him, and it went off his glove. He sticked with it, grabbed it, threw it over to first for the second out of the inning. And Coach Lee Burton for Lexington Post 7 is furious. He's immediately out of the dugout. Can't believe with that call. Boy, that is a huge second out for your P-15s. Umpires are talking things over here. Rivers made a nice play over at second base. But Lexington Post 7 is still in it, trailing by 1 run here. P-15s lead 3-2 with 2 outs. Runner at second here for Lexington. And at the plate now will be the top of the order. Number 10, the center fielder, Jackson Kuiper. Kuiper's 0 for 3 in today's game. He's due here for Lexington. See if Stanfield can get that final out here for your P-15s. Lefty-righty matchup. Stanfield glances over at the runner. The pitch in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch there from Brody Stanfield. Trying to get that final out. We've seen Stanfield pitch a few innings for your P-15s this season. None bigger than right here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 pitch swung on, little chopper to the second baseman Rivers. He throw is offline. Rivers' ball, the ball got stuck in his glove. He threw to first, not in time. And Kuiper beats it out. So runners on the corners for Lexington. Nice piece of hitting there. And at the plate now will be the left fielder, number 18, Reese Binky. Binky's 0 for 3 in tonight's ball game. Stanfield steps off the rubber. Trying to reset things here for your P-15s. Now he steps back on. Binky patiently awaiting. The pitch upstairs for a ball. P-15 bullpen is dead at the moment. Stanfield looks at the runner at third. That's James. Now he winds. The 1-0 to Binky. In there for a strike. Stanfield painted that outside corner with a nice curve. Count evens at 1 apiece. Stanfield looks around at the runners. Now steps back on the rubber. The young Sumter High School 2028 prospect on the mound here for your P-15s. And a huge moment. Trying to shut things down. Stanfield winds. The 1-1 pitch. Down low and away, and a good block there by Matthew McKinnon. That ball was in the dirt and in the left-handed batter's box. As James was able to stay at third base for Lexington. Stanfield looks at the runner at first. The 2-1 pitch to Binky. Runner goes, and no throw. As Kuiper steals second base for Lexington Post 7. So runners at second and third, 2 outs. 3-1 the count here to Binky. First base is open. Stanfield trying to get that final out for your P-15s. Stanfield winds, delivers in there for a ball as Binky draws the 2-out walk, and the bases are loaded for Lexington post 7. And at the plate now will be the second baseman, number 2, MJ Hornsby. Hornsby's 1 for 3 in tonight's ball game with a single back in the first and 2 flyouts in the 4th and 6th inning. As the pitching coach is coming out for your P-15s, Landon Delavan. Looks like he's going to make another pitching change as he's talking to Stanfield here. Long, heated conversation on the mound here as all the infielders are on the mound talking to their pitching coach. As Stanfield will come out. And Landon Delavan, new pitching coach for your P-15s this season. And I've been waiting and waiting to see this pitcher on the mound for your P-15s. As he makes a call, not to the bullpen, but to the field. As he brings left fielder Corey Bailey to the mound for your P-15s. Corey Bailey pitched well in several games last summer for your P-15s. Got him a win over Florence Post 1. That's a perennial league power in a South Carolina American Legion baseball. P-15s are kind of fortunate to be out of that league, and they find themselves in a new league this year as they're in there with Richland Post 215, Lexington Post 7, and West Columbia Post 78. So they've moved them to the Midlands region. So new region for the P-15s. As Corey Bailey had to get one of the bench players to get his pitching glove. As he's grabbing it, and still a long heated discussion as McKinnon finally goes back to home plate for these warm-up pitches. And we'll take a short break. 3-2 our score. Your P-15's lead here in the top of the 7th. Lexington Post 7 has the bases loaded with 2 outs. We'll be right back. Don't go away. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and... Yeah. Your P-15s have made a call to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by FTC. And they're bringing in left fielder Corey Bailey on the mound. Big right-handed pitcher. Bailey's been around this team for quite some time. Long time Sumter P-15. In his last season. Looking to end things here. Bases loaded for Lexington Post 7. And at the plate now will be the second baseman, MJ Hornsby. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Lexington Post 7 has scored a run here and made things interesting. 3-2 our score. Sumter trying to get that final out here. They'll have to go through MJ Hornsby from Gray Collegiate Academy. Bailey winds, delivers, in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch there right down Broadway. Righty-righty matchup here. Fans are getting fired up here at Riley Park. Trying to cheer on Bailey on the mound here. Infield back to regular depth. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit up high in the infield. This could be it. Balls calls him off and gets the final out of the inning. Your P-15s, they win 3-2 over Lexington Post 7. Boy, a very hairy top of the 7th. But your P-15s get out of it, and they go to 4-1 overall and 2-0 in league play. Your P-15s will go to first place in their league. Meanwhile, Lexington Post 7 will fall to 4-3 overall, 0-2 in league play. Your P-15s will be on the road tomorrow night for the final game of this 3-game series against Lexington Post 7. So this will be a good one, and they'll be back home against Horry County, stepping out of conference play here at Riley Park on Friday night. As your P-15s, they get the win, 3-2 over Lexington Post 7. Thank you for tuning in to Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM.